Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Michaela and I'm here with you to do one of my best sellers of the summer, which is BLINI top. I've realized that my instructions did not have a video, so I decided to make this video for you to show you how to do step by step the BLINI top. I'm just putting my pieces together over here. I'll be using the same fabric for the lining. So this would be the front piece. These two are the two front pieces. This little bit which I cut and fold, it's going to be my bridge in between, just like that, a little lower, yes. And then I have the two side bands, which will be these ones. This is one side and this would be the other side. To show you a brief construction. And then I'm having here my bands, my straps, which will be going from the shoulder, will going to the side bands. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch the side of my top, just right here, yes. And then I'm going to show you, oh sorry, I don't find my needles. Oh yeah, they're there. Sorry. So I will be pin and stitch the sides and pin and stitch the sides, and this little bit, the bridge, I'm going to turn it on the other side, and the same, I'm going to pin and stitch just the upper part, just like that here. As for the side bands, I will be pinning and stitching both up and down, up and down. Like I said in many videos already, I will be first doing a basting stitch, so my fabric is not sliding. A basting stitch is practically just a straight stitch, just a straight stitch with a normal sew machine, which I make small cuts into it to allow stretch to the fabric, and afterwards I will serge it, or you can zigzag stitch, and I will be adding elastic in the same time for a better support. Yes, I'll be doing this for both these sides and the sides of the top right here. Okay, so I've got here all my pieces pinned already. I'm prepared for the stitching. Like I said, I'm going to do the sides, the center of my bridge, and up and down of my side parts. The straps, for the moment, I will put them aside, as I don't need them just yet. And what I'm going to do together with you, I'm going to do the basting stitch, and I'm going to show you how I'm serging and adding elastic in the same time, and as well okay. So as you can see, my stitch length is on the highest, and I'm just doing a straight stitch. I'm just doing a straight stitch. And the same on the other side. So this was one of my side bands, and as you can see, I'm doing these small cuts in between on both sides of my fabric. And afterwards, I'm going to give like a little pull. Oh, I've snapped a little bit. Well, my fabric just there. Okay. So as you can see, I'm going to give a little pull, just like this. And next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to my serger and I'm going to serge my fabric. I will be adding the elastic, just like this. And I will actually be stopping with the elastic a little before, since this part will be folded for the back clip. Like that. Okay, one back side is already done. I'll be doing the same on the other side. And I will be doing exactly the same things for the sides of my top. I would also be adding elastic over here, so it's a little bit more straight, but I will stop the elastic somewhere here, since later I will be folding it. Okay, so next step we are going to turn our front piece on the right side of the fabric, and I've pinned and I've marked on my fabric a part where should be ruched. Why the ruching? The ruching will allow more body to come in your top, yes, for the breast. So I already did this on this side, yes. This would be my other side. I already did this on this side. And as you can see, first I did basting stitch, and then I did the second stitch to secure my ruching. So I'll be doing on the other side with you. This is my front. I'll be doing on the other side with you. This would be my lycra side. So just to show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of a thread, a side of my thread, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to ruche. So I'm pulling the ruching until the parts where I've marked on my pattern. I'm pulling the ruching just like that. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that I've ruched enough, the same one side with another, so I don't overdo on one side. Right. just like this. And I'm gonna double check again with my fabric, with my other side. Oh, well, no, I took too much. Lucky me. All right. Okay, this sounds about right. So what I'm doing now, I'm doing a basting stitch over this little ruched side. So I'm going back and forth, and I make sure that I'm holding it with my fingers. So the ruching doesn't come loose. Yes, it can still move. Yeah, as you see, it can still move a little bit, but I try to keep it in place. Yeah. Okay, once we've done that, next step is to either do a straight stitch, a basting stitch, and then a zigzag stitch. Since it's such a straight part, I will go ahead and immediately I'll immediately serge this part, the top, on both sides. I'll immediately serge it, and I'm turning my side pieces. I'm turning them on the right side, and the same I will do straight stitch. In this case, it's just a straight stitch, basting stitch. Yeah, I'm not gonna serge it. I'm gonna do a straight stitch over here, and I'm gonna do a straight stitch over here on the ends. Okay, and another thing which I wanted to show you, I will be preparing it for the bridge. Very important. So I've serged my bridge, yes, and then I will be turning it on the right side of the fabric. And in order to not to overstretch, yes, because lycra tends to overstretch, I'm introducing this this little piece of my channel, of my underwire channel. I'm introducing it inside. If you have something else, you can as well do it. I prefer to do this, actually, since it's something which I have on hand. Perhaps you can do just like a normal tiny straight band. I think I have this. You could use something like this actually as well. This will also avoid the overstretching it. Now, since I've cut these two pieces, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a straight stitch over. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna go just like that. Straight stitch, trim the excess, repeat the same on the other side. If your sewing machine does not do well with sewing over thicker parts of fabric, I definitely recommend to use what I've showed you there. I have in my little shell. My sewing machine actually does really well with thicker fabric, so I don't mind sewing this over the bridge. So next, I'm going to serge these two bits, both sides, and straight stitching over this. You don't need to make small cuts because it doesn't matter. This part will not be stretched. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put all the parts together. How exciting. Okay, so next steps. As you can see, I've used a little clip to mark which side is my lycra side, let's call it like that, and the same for the front pieces and as well for the side bands. And so this is all what you're seeing, it's my lycra side, yes. So what we are going to do now, we are going to sorry, we are going to place the side piece on top of the side band on top of the front piece of the top, yes. And we are going to do a straight stitch. I'm actually going to go ahead and do it with you, and I'm going to be explaining you why. Yeah, so right sides facing together, like that. Okay. So right sides facing together on my side piece, and the same I'm going to choose, since I don't really have, well, both sides are ugly. This would be my front piece then. So since I don't have a right side of this, or wait, maybe this would be my right side. Okay, so then I will be placing the right side. I will let it a little lower. I will be marking it on the pattern. I realized I didn't mark it, because you always have to have in mind the channel which need to be folded. So I will be letting it around here, yes. If you need to use a pin, it's always a good idea. Okay, so the same, right side facing together. All right. And the next step we are going to do, we are going to add immediately the underwire channel. And I will be explaining you how I'm doing it, right? I will be taking, you see there is a, I don't know if everybody has the same. My underwire channel has like a roughy side and then a fluffy side, a smoother side. So I'll be taking the smoother side and I will be placing it like that over, and I will be stitching on my left side, and I will try to go a little bit more in front over these stitches, yes. You can, so the pattern has already a seam allowance, so you can go a little bit more inside. I mean over the stitches, yes. But it's very important that you try to stay as close as you can to the border of your underwire channel, because obviously the underwire should pass still through, right? For this step, it's important that you go not too fast. And I will be trimming this little bit here. So it's important that you don't go too fast, so you're not coming out of your underwire channel. And you see, like, sometimes if the ruching is a little like out on this way, okay. And I will be going it about just about until here. Because anyways my folded channel will come over. Since I've bent it, I see that I catch like the 2 threads a little bit here, so I'm just gonna snip this away. Yeah, okay, so this is my this is my what it will be after it will be turned. It will be on my left side. Yes, I've already done the one underwire channel. The next step will be I'll be trimming all these little threads, all these parts which clearly make my my pattern bulky. Yeah, so I'll be trimming them like this. Very important when you be trimming that you go slow and you're not trimming into stitches, that you're careful. Clearly the threads I will have to trim with my thread snipper. This part I won't be trimming it because it will actually not really bother me. I will be trimming just a little more here. Okay, so next step would be folding it over and close. So what I'm going to do, so this is my right side, like my lycra side. Now I'll be turning it on my what it would be lining, and I would be folding it inside like that, and I will do one more stitch over my underwire channel, which will create a parallel stitching. Yes, since I need this bead as well to be secured, I will be stitching also straight over it like this, and I want to make sure that my channel is not coming out. And this part is a little bit tricky because you don't want your channel to be coming out, and also you don't want to gather too much fabric to make it like bulky underneath, so you'll have to kind of like pull a little bit with your fingers. And like I said, so important that you don't go too fast. Yeah. All right. The ruching part is as well important because you don't want the same to look too bulky, and the same you want them to here it is. So we've got this beautiful underwire channel sewn on this other side. Is also looking really good. On the other side is also looking really good. As you see, the parallel stitching is looking very good here as well. Here, indeed, it's not really perfect. I should have pulled a little bit more, but since this is a trial, I don't have a problem. I will do better on the other side. So yeah, like I recommend you, I always recommend doing a test first, and then the real then the real pattern, so you see what you can improve. Okay, so I went ahead and I did actually the same thing. I finished this side because I was so excited. And since I don't like imperfections, I went ahead and I unstitched this little bead. So I left it much more beautiful. And I went ahead and I added, I made the channel and added a strap, and it's looking so beautiful right now. I'm so excited about it. And I did the same thing already on my right side of my breast. Okay, since on one side you'll be starting with since on one side adding the underwire channel, you'll be starting on I started it on this side. Yes, on the first part I started it like that on the side, starting with the underarm. Yes, here I actually started in the center, so you will be mirroring. Yes, when you'll be doing the channel, but the the system of doing it, sorry, I'm lacking words right now. The way of doing it is exactly the same. So I start here, I stitch like that to the edge, and then I fold it inside, and I made the parallel stitching. And here it is, the result. I have everything perfect. And next thing which I'm going to do, cutting these threads, which are driving me crazy by now. Sorry. I will be introducing my underwire. So what I'm doing now is a size S. My underwire is a B cup underwire. It's a universal underwire, so there is not much about it. I can give you the measurements of these underwires I'm using, but just to give you an idea, they are roughly about, the MIS is roughly about 28 centimeters. So once I've done this, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create the channel, the strap channel. I'll be folding it like that inside. If it's easier for you to pin, you can pin. It bothers me. I'm getting I'm getting needles in my fingers, so I actually don't do this. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing it with my normal sew machine, because obviously I also have an industrial sew machine. So you'll be starting it here, right? So I'm pushing actually a little bit the underwire. I'm pushing it inside, so God forbid I'm going with a needle over and I break it in my eye. So yes, I also check very good that I'm doing the channel around in the same area where I did on the other side. I'm sliding in under, and here is a trick. Yes, if you have a humper, I don't know where I've put mine because I would show it to you, but let's imagine that you don't, right? So what I did, I slide it under my foot, and you see I've placed it a little bit, let's just say, I'm starting it obviously a little bit further. So I'm going 1 or 2 stitches front, and then now I'm going a few back. Perfect. And I'm going to hold a little bit the thread to go over. So it's just that easy. Yeah, so you start it a little bit in the center, so your presser foot is already high, so it's not creating any problems. And then you just go over just like that. And here you'll be doing the same thing. Front and back stitches, and here is your strap channel. I'm going to trim these little threads. And next, what I'm going to do, since with this stitch I've already secured the entrance of my underwire, now I'm pushing it, the underwire, obviously a little bit higher. I'm forcing it a little bit, and now I'm going to do a few straight stitches over the other end of my underwire. Somewhere about here is good enough to me. And then I'm going to trim the remaining of my underwire channel, so it's not visual on my right side, on my lycra side. Yeah, so I'm actually trimming it on this side like that. Good enough. And now I'm going to adjust my underwire. So the underwire shall not be forced. So like if you feel like you're forcing it, it's too much. So the underwire need to have a little space here and a little space here. So cannot be forced. Okay, this is very important. Then the fit will look very weird. I've already went ahead and I did my straps, my spaghetti straps. How you have to do them, it's actually you're folding them inside like that, zigzag stitch or serge, adding elastic in the same time, and then using a loop turner or a safety pin, you turn them on the right side. So I have already my straps. What I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce them into my other side channel. I'm introducing the other strap into my channel. And here's the trick. For this top, you don't need an adjuster, like a bra slider. You don't need this, since you'll be tying it, right? You'll be tying it in the center, so you can always adjust it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a straight stitch in the back. So I take the strap, fold it just like that. And also I realized that I haven't marked on my pattern, but I will mark it. Since it's not a reversible top, you can just do a straight stitch over wherever is best for you. So I'm doing it right about here. And I just try to make sure that I'm not very far away from the edge, so it doesn't flip over. Trimming like that, and I'm going to repeat obviously the same thing on the other side. And I wanted to show you my bra clasps. So these are my bra clasps, and I'm going to introduce it and stitching, make a straight stitch over like this. I'm going to try to do it with this sewing machine, like the same way I showed you before. So I started a little bit like in the center. I'm not sure it's good enough. Usually this step I do it with my industrial sewing machine, but I know that not everybody has a sewing machine, an industrial sewing machine, so in case you're having troubles stitching this part, I definitely recommend you to hand stitch first in the beginning, so the fabric is not moving. Yeah. So then and I just trim it just like this, and then I'm going to stitch. I'm going to stitch this part, and the last I'm going to add my other strap like here. Okay, so I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learned a lot of things today. Happy sewing!